So back to the textbook. So even though at this moment you designed, one thing I forgot to mention is that you have to make sure that your students design all their elements before they start coding. I should have mentioned that. I think I mentioned that earlier in our training. They should design all their elements. So don't start coding till you have designed all your elements. Okay, so start from your home page, design your home page element, or upload your home page element. Go to your day elements. That's what images you are going to use to represent the days. I just use boxes, colored boxes. Then do your subject elements. What images you're going to use to represent your subjects. So have all your images uploaded or designed first before you start coding. That way you can program what every image should do for a particular code, else it would become a lot if you are designing and coding. So by this time you should have designed all your elements again. So after they design the homepage element, let them design the stage 1 element, and then design the stage 2 elements. Stage 2A, stage 2B, stage 2C. Go through all those. So after designing, that's where you start programming. Okay, so the first 2 weeks will be purely designing or uploading. First 2 weeks of a class will be purely designing and uploading. And remember, whilst you are designing and uploading, your students need to be writing the name of the element and what stage it is. They can leave the purpose side, the purpose of the element. You write that when you start coding. So at this point, you've put in all your elements. So now I come to write the code for the first code for when you start your application. So these are the codes for when you start your application. When I receive startup, show. When you start your application, this is the only thing going to show. Every other element should hide. So you can see every other element is hiding. Every other element is hiding. Every other element should hide. So that's what you can see. So it's simple. It's just show and hide. Every other element should hide. Now you can see this back. You need a back element. The back element, as you saw earlier in my application, so that when you click on the day and it takes you to a subject, you can come back to the days section without starting the app all over again. So that's it. You are done with coding for when you start your application. Once you are done with that, we need to write a code for programming your homepage element. Programming homepage element, meaning that when I click this homepage element, what should happen? So you started the application, it took you to your homepage element. Now when I click my homepage element, what should happen? So when you click the homepage element, any element in your Scratch editor, it's called a sprite. So when you click it, what should happen? I said it should broadcast page 1. It should broadcast page 1 because it's sending us to page 1. Then when this element, the same element, receives the message page 1, it should hide. Why is it hiding? Because we no longer need it. Now we want to see our day element. So you see, this will now show, this will now show, this will now show. Why are they showing? Simply because when I click this, these are what are showing now, right? Yeah, so these must show. When I click this, these elements now show. So my day elements are showing. So the code I'm using is when I receive page 1, show. Now for these ones, I didn't write any code for them. Why didn't I write any code for them? Because they are no longer on the screen. If you watch at this stage, when I click this, everything hides. When I start my application, everything hides except this. So the subject elements are already hidden. So when I click this, I don't need to hide them again. I can just show these and ignore them. If you like, you can still put the hide code in them. You can still put the hide code in these ones if you like, but you can leave it out. So it's something you can omit.